All right. Good evening, everybody. This is the CSRN Weekly Podcast. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I use the pronouns he and him. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey. 7 years ago, Jody, they had this idea that just regular rank and file people could speak truth to power. And here we are 7 years later. Today, what do I have on? I have on an orange t-shirt with the word Salat. That means prayer in Arabic. I have on my brown rimmed glasses, clean cut, clean shaved today. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the headquarters of Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. We're coming to you every week to talk about the things that we're doing now, some of the things that we had going on last week. And I saw you were involved in quite a bit. And we've got Black August popping off. We've got Black Lido. We got Dr. Umar coming to town. We've got Black Men Unfiltered and a lot of other stuff. Jody, could you introduce yourself? And it looks like you got a couple of new crystals. And then we're going to take a short break and we're coming back with our sister Alexia.
All right, what's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth. And in fact, I actually don't. I have stopped at 27 around my neck. I think that's enough, plus the other stuff that's in here.
Yeah, I would
people
say.
Don't get to see.
Right.
But for those of you listening out there, I'm the treasurer of this wonderful organization. I am a big brown bear of a man that is covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and bones, and the story of the journey that I've been taking since I wrote my first book and performed on stage for the first time. That kind of for the older generation and maybe the younger too. If you ever heard the story of the illustrated man, that's kind of the inspiration behind my work, the poems, the community service. So not only is it in the stuff that I leave the world, but it is tattooed on me as I reach different journeys in life. And yeah, I don't know. I might have a clone somewhere, but yeah, I was at quite a few things. But as I tell people that kind of see me everywhere and stuff, I'm not there because it's fun or I just want to be seen. I'm there for my health and the health of the community, because sometimes you don't believe it's possible until you see somebody like you there.
All right. Hey, look, we're going to take a short break. We're coming back with our sister Alexia to talk about what she's got going on, which, hey, we're involved in that too. So hang tight. This is the CSRN Weekly Podcast. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent, and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
All right, we're back, man. Our tech team,
We got a behind the scenes camera now.
Yeah. Hey, let's check that out. What is that? What is that?
It shows you the placement out the way.
Okay. All right. There.
A
couple of stuff going on. Hey, listen, this is the CSRN, our weekly podcast or weekend review. We're going over this week. We'll get to you and some loose ends that's going on, a lot of the things that I saw you post last week. What we're going to be talking about right now, let's bring our sister in. We got that behind the scenes camera that just let you know what the whole room looked like. Next week, they're going to put us in a bigger room. All right. The library said, hey, look, y'all doing good in this room. We're going to try you out in the bigger room. Okay. Then the next week, we're going to put you back where you come from.
Hey, all right. Get to look at the view of the mirror before you go back.
Right. Hey, let's bring our sister in. Alexia, hey, what's going on?
Not a thing.
Oh, no.
We're excited about this Saturday.
That's right. Hey, listen, let me put up, I know I'm not giving it justice, but last time we were here, we had these vendors. Now, I know we've got some more vendors, so we're on the countdown now. What's happening with Black Lido? If somebody wants to vend, Who do they contact, and just how's it going?
It's going great. Um, we have over 25 vendors. We are actively adding 3 to 4 vendors a day right now. We are continuing to add vendors up until Friday at noon. They can reach me directly at 567-322-0443, or they can email me at villageacademy2020 at gmail. And that's just the vendors. When I speak those numbers, that doesn't even include the community partners.
All right.
So we're going to have a great turnout, and I'm seeing nothing but great energy because we are a vendor focused pop up.
You know what? I'm looking at your vendors right now, and I'm gonna shout some out. And if there's some that I missed, if you could shout them out too. We had posted a Black business document maybe a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
and we got a lot of traction on that.
It's
And
good to see the people out there and saying, "Hey, I have one too."
right,
So
and
I saw that document and I was inboxed to ask because I shared it. When will it be available? Are you guys updating it?
yeah, we're in the process right now. We had no idea that it was going to be successful. All right. This is Toledo. And even with this podcast, we don't do it for likes or subscribers or anything like that. Some stuff just work, and that just works. So now we're like, hey, we're going to have to make this real now.
Right.
People have always been talking about a Black directory, Black business directory in Toledo. And we used to depend on Ohio Bell to do it. Then when they stopped, and everything stopped. So yeah, that's going to be on us now, Alexia. We started it. We're going to have to finish that. I want to mention a couple of vendors that's going to be at Black Lido. And I saw D Finest Fragrances LLC. This brother has some of the best smell good oils in the city. If you know D, hit him up. I remember when he was in high school, because that's one of the things that I do, the oils and incense. He had asked me, how can he learn to sell oils? He sold so many that he ended up having his own business. I said, hey, look, brother, you're getting too big. You don't need to buy them from me anymore. Do it wholesale. And from there, the Finest Fragrances came into existence. So
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm looking forward to Just For Her. I'm looking forward to seeing Intune Fitness. I'm looking forward to seeing Sacrifices. I think it's Sacrifices from Success. Hope I said
Yeah.
that.
Sacrifice for success is pretty dope.
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing the 723 Barbershop. Even though I don't have hair, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But I'm looking forward to seeing them. I said Intune Fitness. What other vendors and supporters can we shout out on this podcast?
We can shout out Rags to Riches, Mud Made, Trending, Effortless, Realer, C. I'm Mossy. We have an author. Tashana will be on the scene. Tashana Isaac will be on the scene.
And off,
And yes, an actual author. And guess what we just added?
what's that?
An insurance agent. He will be writing policies. Stephen Darrington from American Family Insurance.
And look, family, I'm not trying to be flip or anything like that, but that's one of the places where we're lacking, having our lives insured, because when something happens to us, all we're leaving is bills. My dad passed, I think, in the mid 80s. My mom passed, I think, last year. And that's where we're lacking, and I'm glad that brother's going to be there to talk about insurance. We had Vince Davis talk about insurance at Juneteenth. That's important, because if you got a value on your life like that, I might take my life a little bit more serious. All right. If I knew, all right.
Chad won his
And
motorcycle ride to stop gun violence.
right. And and other people would take us more serious if our lives were insured. They wouldn't be so quick to dispose of us if they knew a bag was coming as a result of my death. All right. So family, man, and I'm looking at Jumpstart.
Yes, Jumpstart. Jumpstart personally helped um Miss Island Soul just won through Jumpstart, and
Wow.
Jasmine Lynn, which are two different type of businesses. So that's one opportunity that shows us entrepreneurs that you don't have to have the brick and mortar business. Jasmine Lynn didn't have a brick and mortar business.
Wow.
I don't know her specific story, but I know that she's a counselor. And I know that Island Soul just opened up a food truck. So it's so many ways in these the community resources that are there to truly help elevate your business. You would miss out on a great historical event not to stop through the Black Lido parking lot pop-up this Saturday from 12 to 8 at Vibe Lounge, 710 South Reynolds.
Right. And if you miss it, you're just gonna have to be hurt. Because we're gonna be back next year. Um,
For sure.
you have to be hurt this year. And there's a lot of things that I missed, because man, Alexia, no, dog, I'm good. Then I'd be like, man, I should have been there. So, we learn our lessons from, that's it's just what we do. And CSRN is going to be there. And what we're going to have our information about Black Lives Matter and how to join this movement. We'll have the Final Call newspaper. That's the Nation of Islam's newspaper. We're going to have our yard signs, not only our Black Lives Matter signs, but also our defund signs. We'll have some of our buttons. And also, we're going to create a space just to come and chop it up with me. We don't have to talk about social justice, but come and get to know the people that's making some noise out here. We just don't make noise for nothing. We're actual people that we have lives, and we support the people that are doing something. And Black Lido is something that a lot of us wish we could have done. All right. However, it wasn't our call, but the call was made. So support it. Hey, I'm also looking at the vendors, Winterfield Venture Academy. Um, why is it important that Winterfield Venture Academy is involved?
It's important because Winterfield sits less than 5 miles from the location where we're having Black Lido parking lot pop up. And for me, as someone who's putting on an event, I try to always reach out to businesses that are in the community where I'm putting on the event at, because I'm going to bring you some traffic to your community
That's
or
right.
to your neighborhood, but it's important that you be present also. And Winterfield is doing an excellent job this year with offering children 5 uniforms as
Man,
a part of enrollment, book bag, and all of school supplies. If you don't know about that, that may be a school you want to choose to enroll your child. They
that's
have a great track record, and they even have busing this year.
and for the our families out there that have children, um, if you see us promoting and supporting the school, use that as a green flag, because this school is involved in the community. It's not just a 8 to 2 school. They want to be involved. So come on out and help support Winterfield Venture Academy. Also, I'm looking at some heavy hitters on here. I'm looking at the African American Leadership Council. Um,
For sure.
yeah, how did the African American Leadership Council and Black Lido, how did that even hook up? Because, just how did that happen?
And you can't have a title like Black Lido and don't reach out to people who are invested in us now. So it was
Oh,
important for me to reach out to people who are invested in helping us create generational wealth and bring our community to the next level. Something else with Winterfield, the principal is from the community. So when you have a principal who was raised in Toledo, you know she want to see us do good.
Man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm just running down the list of the vendors because if we're going to do a podcast, why not support the people that are supporting us? And for those that are watching, it's awesome to see you. If you could put something in the chat, like "What's up?" Most people are going to probably stream this after it's done, but still, if you happen to see it on Facebook or YouTube as we're streaming it, yeah, just put a "What's up" in the comments. Um, there's Richard B. and Sons, Simple Event Items. I see that they're involved with Black Lido.
They have some young children who sell cotton candy. They have a dad who is teaching his sons how to sell, how to do great transactions, how to end the transaction, how to offer the customer a different flavor if they don't have the flavor they want available. So I'm seeing him pour into his children, make them great entrepreneurs. So it's just one of those things like we gonna touch all bases. We got somebody that's doing everything at this pop-up.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm looking at the vendors right now. I see Trices. Is that Trices or Trices?
Treases.
Trices is going to be there. Man, what's the story behind Trices and Black Lido? How did they hook up together?
Treases is one of my parents from the in-home daycare. So my in-home has been around since 2003, and she actually has a very intelligent little son who's about 15 years old. He's
Awesome.
probably 16 now, who started a business and he inspired her. He started his business first, and
Oh,
then she said, "Let me go ahead and get mine off the ground too." So Teresa's Healing Place is her new company, but I've been knowing her for many years.
oh, that's beautiful. Hey, I'm gonna run down the list. Also, most times when we put on events, I always hear, "Yeah, I see Alexia is involved, but I don't see anybody like the banks involved." But I'm looking at the people that are involved, and I see Huntington Bank. All
You
right,
see Huntington, because Dean Westbrook is the manager of the Monroe location, and he definitely wants to help lift this community through the product that they have called Local Lift.
man, come on, Dean, bro, you representing.
Representing.
Listen, there was a time that if we were doing some things in our community, you'd be hard pressed to find Huntington. You'd be hard pressed to find the health department, the University of Toledo. But something about Black Lido is bringing not only Intune Fitness, but also the University of Toledo. How did that happen?
She actually was a connection referred from the African American Legacy Council. They said this is somebody who you need to speak with, and Lenora McIntyre.
Okay, Lenore.
From we talked, and we've talked a couple times since her agreeing to come to the pop-up shop and represent the Minority Business Center. But we're now looking at building a partnership to see how can UT get behind this movement of empowering our entrepreneurs.
Okay, why do you think most people, and I'm just being an oppositional advocate because I've heard people say so much crazy things to me, but bless their heart anyway. I'm gonna do what I got to do. Why is it for you? Why is it important to not only highlight businesses, but also to have the African American Leadership Council and having the African American Chamber of Commerce? Why do you think it's important to just not only have our mom and pop out the trunk type things, but also you have some serious corporate weight attached to that?
Because we don't want to stay stagnant. We don't want to stay at one level forever. We want to grow, and I know that it takes a village to get to that next level. So sometimes you might not have all of the information that can help your business grow, but there are so many partners who are available that are free of charge, that truly are invested in helping you see your business grow. Sometimes it may just be on some back end skills, and that's where the African American Chamber of Commerce come in, because Mr. Hodges over there, when I say he knows that email stuff like the top of his, it's off the top of his head, he can run it down.
Look, that's the GOAT. And Brother Roy, I met him. I ain't trying to name drop Jody, but I am. I met him a few years ago. I think it was at the Toledo Club, and they had some type of black, business thing there. And some people, I'll just stand off and I'll listen to them. And yeah, he knows his stuff. He
knows his stuff. And
Yeah.
those are the type of things that we need in this technological world, is somebody who can break it down to you at your level. Somebody who can meet you where you are.
Yeah. And even though he is a bona fide millionaire,
bona fide.
Right. I'm not saying potential. No, brother already there. And I love that. But also, he also knows how to talk to me. All right. Hey, look, no.
I get it. I get it.
I'm telling you, us as adults, especially some of us men, when we reach a particular point, we find it hard to reach back. Right. I turned 59 last week, and I'm part of that group that wants to forget how to reach back to the Jodys, to the Alexias, because sometimes we're fearful of your potential to be greater. Sometimes jealous of your potential to be greater. We can reach back, but we refuse to because we think that you're going to take our spot. And Roy isn't on that type of stuff. Matter of fact, I love him. He's going to take over our page, I think the fourth Sunday of this month, since this is Black August, and every Sunday we have someone take over our Facebook page and post and promote their business and post. We believe that a lot of people watch our page. A lot of people are members of our page. So why not let other people take the page over for a day and post about their business? And Brother Roy Hodge has some things coming up, and we're going to try to have him on hopefully before with the African American Chamber of Commerce and some things that you need to know. So this is awesome. You've got some people coming together that I haven't seen come together like this, and I've been doing this a long time, and this is one of the first times this has happened. So big ups to you, Alexia.
Well, thank you. I just want people who genuinely want to see us get to the next level.
Yep. And some of us that struggle with that, it's okay. We don't waste time on them. Everybody may not be as wanting to be as inclusive to our people as we are. And they will learn, because at one point I didn't think like this. All right. But some things happened to me to change my perspective on my love of our people in our community. So give them time. All right. But until then, we're going to work with the people like Intune Fitness. Oh, there's something else I see on here. The space. What is the space, and how do they come in contact with Black Lido?
Well, the space is me and my brother's rental space. It is a venue you can rent out for repasses, birthday parties, weddings. We've had a wedding. We've just opened up March 1 of this year, and so far we've had repass, birthday parties, and weddings. We've had seminars there. So we've had a few things. We're located in the same plaza with Lowe's and Chuck E. Cheese, our airport. And if they want to get in contact or rent the space, all they have to do is just give me a call.
Okay, man. All right. Speaking of the space, man, why did you think there was a need to have a space? Hey, that's the name. All right. Hey, how do you think? I mean, I love your processing, because out of your mind comes products. and I'm loving that. What went on that Alexia thought, hey, you know what? We need some space where we can meet and do our thing. How did that come about?
So I have a smaller rental space that's called Village Airport, and it is my preschool. So it only had limited hours it could rent. So I
Okay.
was missing a lot of rentals due to the limited hours it can rent. On top of it, only has a capacity of 80. So the new space is 100 plus, probably max out about 400, but
Okay.
has a dance floor, three bathrooms, refrigerator, doesn't have a kitchen, but it's perfect for the events that have taken place there. And it's bigger, so it allows you to have that more space that you're looking for, even if you were having, because right now everybody's events are a little smaller,
Right.
so you can still have that COVID distance in that space if you wanted to.
That's good. That's good. And also utilizing the space. You don't necessarily have to go way out Tremainsville. All right. You don't have to go way out. I'm just telling it. All right. So just in case you thought the only space was way out on the north side. Nope. Come on back. All right. We got, and it's with people that love us and respect us. All right. I'm going to shout out a couple of more spaces, places on here. And then if there's anything else that you think the people need to know about Black Lido regarding the time to start, the time that you should set up. I see the Lucas County Health Department. Okay, now I got to call you out. Okay, so here we are having a business for business. And I see the health department. What does the health department and Black Lido have in common?
So their logo went on there because Black Lido, we have a partnership, Community United, which is me and David Ross, with the City of Toledo Small Business Department and the Health Department. We do seminars once or twice a year at my branch, which one will be September 9th at 2 p.m., which is just for entrepreneurs who are in the food industry. So because we already have that relationship, it was natural for them to want to participate in this. Due to some bad media, they're not going to show up as the food portion of the health department, but the health department has so many areas, and there is a cribs and pack and play area department where they give away cribs for families in need, or pack and play if the family doesn't want a crib. So that department of the health department is going to show up.
All right. Hey, listen, let me take a short break. I'm going to come back. I've got a couple other people that I need to shout out. And then I want to talk to you about some setup times. When does it start? I'm not even going to talk about when does it end, because then people have an excuse. All right. All right, Lexi. Hey, listen, this is Brother Washington and Jody. All right. This is the CSRN Weekly Podcast. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. We're back. This is the CSRN Weekly Podcast. I'm with Jody. Jody, can you give me a sound check?
Mic check, mic check. How
All
we
right.
doing? Can you hear?
Let me. Looks like I got something
one in
going
here.
on. I see Lexi right there.
Can you hear us okay? Lexi?
Yes, I can.
All right, great. Hey, listen, I just got a call from our brother, brother Omar Gent. Let me see if I could put him on my Bluetooth real quick. Give me 1 second. Hey, brother Omar, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's real low, but I can hear you.
I got him.
All right.
Sound check.
Give me another. Am I still low?
Yeah, it's very low.
All right. Let me just take you off the Bluetooth. I'm gonna just put you on the regular old school phone.
Okay. You heard him on the show.
Yeah. For whatever reason, he's kind of low here. Hey, brother Omar.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. This is Black August. I'm wrapping up with our sister Lexi. We're having Black Lido here in Toledo, where we're going to be going over Black business. We're inviting a lot of. Can you hear him?
Yep. Okay.
All right, great. Can you hear him?
Yes.
All right. Hey, okay. Whatever I was doing, it worked. Okay. All right. Hey, listen, family. If you've ever logged on to one of our podcasts before, for the last 4 weeks, man, we were having some problems and we were catching the blues. And right now, we're taking care of a lot of our human error. All right. A lot of our human error is being corrected. So
whenever I come back to the show, things work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm kind of mad at that, but it's true. All right, there. Hey, listen, if you can hold tight for a couple of seconds, Brother Omar, I want to shout out a couple of businesses, Lexi, and then you can talk to me about, if you don't mind, what time should people be there to set up? What time does it start? We have the Ohio Small Business Development Center, and we have the Junction Economic Transformation Center. Man, one is a state agency, one is a local agency, and what's bringing this all together is Black Lido. How did that happen?
Well, I'm a Junction baby. We love the Junction over here. So I asked Mr. O.C. Irons, could he bring out the JET? Could he come set up and represent the JET program?
Oh, that's all.
Junction is truly empowering entrepreneurs, and we just recently completed a 12-week seminar where entrepreneurs got the opportunity to meet with Linda Fayweather from the library, where she walked them through building a business plan from beginning to end, with marketing reps from Michigan, with partners from ETDI, along with partners from Toledo Urban Federal Credit Union. This 12 weeks was a phenomenal 12 weeks. And then you had the opportunity to get $1,000 grant. You hear what I say? Grant to help your business grow.
Hey, that's a whole whack, ain't it?
I'm telling you, that money you ain't got to pay back is always the best kind of money.
You didn't know I do that. All right. I still love God, but I know what it is. All right.
So vendors will start to pull in Saturday as early as 9 o'clock in the morning. Those are the vendors, but we'll be open for shop at 12 p.m. You will, when you come as a customer, receive a passport, and this passport is to guide you through the event, making sure that you go see every vendor, every community organization. Once you get an initial on all of those spots, you will come back to our table, drop it in a bag for an opportunity to win a bag of money. We're raffling off bags of money. We're raffling off Beats headphones. We're raffling off even an iPad mini. An iPad mini helps you be more successful in the process of growing your business. So we just got some things we're going to raffle off.
Listen, family, I'm going to be there. I saw in the inbox that you wanted set up start up at 9. So obviously with my black self, I'm going to be there at 10:30. All right. Um,
And that's totally fine, long as you're set up by 11:15,
well,
so we can have this quick conversation because I'm big on the networking of the vendors.
beautiful.
I
Yeah.
want y'all to network before the customers get there.
Well, look forward to me being. I think for whatever reason we lost Omar. He's called. Well, he'll call back, but he calls us from the Colorado Correction Institution, and this is Black August, and he's our featured brother to talk about how to start a movement. You know, when you're in the belly of the beast. I never got a chance to do that. I just did my time, and I'm like, I'm out of here. Y'all knocked all the sparks out of me. Yeah.
You must have heard.
Yeah, you're not.
Global challenge. Except for approved attorney calls, this call will be.
I love live shows.
Yeah, but no way I was going back. So for my family out there, it's nothing in there for you. You're not getting any street cred by going. You're not getting any stripes for going. Nobody cares. All right. For years, I was considered just dead. Nobody writes. You know, nobody's put money on your books either. So, and also for our entrepreneurs, this is a great example of coming out and see some young people getting it in. It's not just older people. All right. A lot of these vendors, these are young people, Lexi.
Yes, they definitely are. They definitely are.
These are young people, and this is the generation that my generation prayed for. All right. And it's here. So I'm always willing to hand over the torch, the candle, the whatever.
Staff.
The staff, because this next generation is not about a whole bunch of talk. They're about networking, creating business, ownership. So listen, look forward to seeing us, Lexi, on Saturday. I am going to be there earlier since Jody's right here listening to me. I am going to be earlier. We are going to have our CSRN materials coming, talk to us about Black Lives Matter, come and talk to us about making our community a safe and decent place to live. We love you, Lexi, and we will see you Saturday.
All right. See y'all Saturday. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, family, this is the CSRN Weekly Podcast. On the phone right now, we have our brother, Omar Gent. Brother Omar, are you here?
Yes, ma'am, brother. Can you hear me?
Oh, loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear. You're loud and clear on our podcast. Brother, this is, for anybody that doesn't know, this is Black August. This is a celebration of our freedom fighters, past and present, and particularly our confined citizens. On the phone right now and on this podcast, we have our brother Omar Gent. Brother Omar, if you don't mind, for the new listeners to our podcast, could you tell them who you are? And, man, how did you get involved in this movement?
All right, thank you everybody for having me on and for this wonderful platform. Appreciate it very much. My name is Omar Chan. How I get involved in the movement is just, I feel it's been working long before. It's been working within, my gene pool, my ancestors, and everybody that's just contributed, to this current moment of me just awakening and fighting against the powers of oppression, my brother. And I'm basically a gateway trying to bring forward the injustices of the past to let people know that how they, apply to the present and what we can do to move forward to correct the situation.
And since this is Black August, we're highlighting all of our brothers and sisters who are, some are languishing behind bars, some of them have outdates, some don't have outdates. I wanted to ask you this question, brother. For you doing what you do, we talk about self-care. We talk about how to keep your wits or your head together. What are some of the things that you do that keep you balanced while you're fighting the fight, in there and assisting us out here. How does that happen to you? For you?
Yeah, that's a powerful question because right now I'm reading a book called Rethinking the Prison Movement. It really has me got to the part they talking about convict leasing and something I didn't know about convict leasing. They were saying how that once you serve your sentence a decade after the Civil War, or that whole this scheme, which is that you can be resentenced because you had something called a lesser LESSOR that was basically that you were indebted to. And I didn't know that. So I've been doing 3-4 years that, or maybe longer, and basically rebuilding the South and rebuilding the nation. Just talking about you still owe us money, you could be resentenced. So right now, man, I don't mean to laugh. I'm just so frustrated. I got so much fire inside of me right now. That self-care question. Today I just had to step back, just meditate, just think about being in control of me through the grace of the Creator. Staying calm, staying focused. Don't let the anger and the frustration overwhelm me. Ask God to humble me and to use me as a vessel and to help me to deliver the message and deliver it well, brother. So I'm definitely trying to do that self-care today because I'm not in the best mood. But thank you for allowing me to come on and vent. Venting is real big too, to get it off my chest, man. I'm walking around feeling like, yo, to say the least. I'm feeling like, man, I don't feel good right now, but I need that fire.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for allowing me to vent.
Oh, and often, man, sometimes in this movement, our edges could get dull. All right, so most times the something will happen and you'll be privy to some information that you weren't, and that'll get that heat going again. And we use that fire to move forward. What we don't want to do is allow anger to have us do something that we're right back in again. All right. I'm playing right into their hands. If we're learning some things new about the prison system, and I'm going to be so upset that I'm going to go out and make them pay. But you know what? I'm the one that's going to be paying. It's my family that's going to pay. It's my loved ones that's going to pay. And the biggest price is I'm somewhere where I can affect change out here. So but be upset with that, because our brothers who thought they did their time, even though whatever that time was unjust, just to find out that they owed a little bit more. So that meant 7 more years. That meant 10 more years. After you think you got an outdate, and I know what it's like to have an outdate. When they say jump your bump, and it's time to go, and somebody tapped me on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me," they won't call me Mr. Muhammad. I was McGee. Excuse me, Mr. McGee. We got some unfortunate news. There's some arrears that you have. That you while you were here, you were charged for your room and board, and you haven't paid that. What? Absolutely. And I just imagine, brother, and I'm glad that we're talking about this. I imagine some of the brothers and sisters that did their time and then lost their lives finishing up that extra unjust time. So once you get out, if it's Allah's will that you get out, our job is to stay out.
Oh, yeah,
our job is to stay out and be that positive weapon for change while we're out here. That's the way I see myself, because you and I know what it's like, and we need to be able to be out here and speak truth while we're out here.
Yes, sir. Oh. Yes, sir. It's necessary.
All right. Now, before we take off from this podcast, I wanted to ask you about. Let me put this on the screen. I want to ask you about freeourbrothers.com, because every week we have someone that's viewing this podcast the first time. Let's see if we get it on there. All right, right now we're sharing the screen. Let's see. Now we're sharing the screen with freeourbrothers.com. How did that come to be, brother? I know I may have asked you this a couple of weeks ago, but I don't mind because we have new viewers all the time. How did freeourbrothers.com come to be, and why should people know about this website?
Well, came to me, the creator putting certain people on my path to let me know about lawful incarceration. You know, that I'm originally from Florida, and I came out here and I met a wonderful brother named Alexander. He's out on the streets, and he kind of lost contact with me. But he gave me the information, and from that point, I began to study about the Constitution as explained on the website. There's an indictment machine.
Yes, sir.
The grand jury process is explained on the website. And once I realized that under the so-called due process system, you have basic rights under the law. That's what they're saying. And the so-called, legal system is saying that you have basic rights. And in this state, the grand jury indictment is one of those basic rights that if they go around it, they charge you with a felony that they basically invalidate the conviction or the charge, whether the person be innocent or guilty or not. Because the state has 30 years approaching the whole charge. So when I realized that, I started writing letters to people in the local community. I was naive to think that, when I wrote certain advocates and especially amongst our people, that I would get immediate response. But little did I know, I was in for a long haul. I had to keep working and fighting until I found people like you, wonderful platforms like this. Boy, I can laugh now, but I was very upset, but it's not for everybody. So that's where freeourbrothers.com comes from, just the refusal to lay down, to give up, and to say, well, if y'all don't hear me, to the grace of Allah, make the whole world hear me,
My next question is about family and support. Right before you came on, I was talking to Lexi and Jody about oftentimes when we're in prison, nobody writes. Nobody, there's no one to call. No one sending money. You're pretty much dead for a lot of people that I met. What about your family support? What about your dad? Is there a significant other in your life? How's your family support for you right now, brother?
Oh, it's wonderful, man. I've been able to realize that family don't always mean, necessarily, the same gene pool. People like you and CS, everybody else in your team that I consider family. New contacts that I've made, and people also in my immediate family, my brother, my sister. This imprisonment is a test on relationships.
Yes, sir.
And some people can't deal with it because of the pain it brings them, or they don't know what to do or say, and they deal with it by, just blocking it out. Some people just don't care. I mean, you don't know. I mean, Allah reveals it to you, but you learn a little bit at a time. It's a experiment meant to break families apart. So, but it also has showed me who really has my back, my front, and everything else. So I don't hold no bitterness against anybody or resentment. I just thank God for the fire that's able to purify me and help point out who really has my best interest in mind and heart, and then go from there,
All right. Now, last couple questions for you. If someone wants, even though I have the website up, freeourbrothers.com, what are your Twitter handles? What's the Instagram handle if anybody wants to connect with you on Twitter or Instagram? How would they do that?
The best way is Instagram at Free Our Brothers. We also have Instagram at Free Our Brothers also we have Facebook at Free Our Brothers, Twitter as well. I don't recommend anybody kind of hit me up on Twitter because that's being incarcerated is hard to run stuff on social media. You got to depend on somebody else.
What?
But the best thing is Instagram.com, you know?
Yes, sir.
Instagram at Free Our Brothers. I'm sorry, Instagram at Free Our Brothers. Facebook at Free Our Brothers.
All right, and
Yes, sir.
and lastly, before we get that timer that comes on and lets us know what the deal is, do you have a message for our brothers that are here in Toledo at Toledo Correctional Institute that are struggling to keep their movement going, but they're having a hard time? What would you say to some of our brothers, to all of our brothers at Toledo Correctional Institution?
You know, first and foremost, the Creator is always there. He sees all, he hears all. Just remember that, what you're doing now is not insignificant. It's not small. You're saviors of our people. This is going to go on for, a very long time after you're gone from the earth. So everything you do right now in this moment is bigger than you. It's bigger than the brothers around you. It's going to really help awaken future generations. So remember that, the enemy of the rise of our people wants us to focus on these walls and what's around us, this negativity, this repression, this little power that they think they have, because God has all power. But when you start realizing that more and more, you realize what he puts inside you, you can move mountains. So just don't give up. Realize that you're a savior of your people, and God is with you.
Yes, sir. Hey, family, this is our brother Omar Gent calling all the way from Colorado. Brother, we thank you. We thank you. This is Black August. We are uplifting our freedom fighters, not only from the past, but those in present, those of our brothers and our sisters that are confined citizens. And we have our brother Omar Gent, freeourbrothers.com, that calls religiously and faithfully and consistently every week. Thank you, brother. Shields up, revolutionary salute to you, brother.
Shields up. And to close, I'm telling everybody, please support CSRN because they're the truth. They're supporting us behind these walls and they're moving forward in the community. Please support the brothers and sisters in the good work. Shields up.
Shields up. Thank you, brother. Family, that's our brother Omar Gent. Hey, listen, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with Jody Summers. We're going to, tie up some loose ends. Everybody look at, why isn't he saying anything? That's because he's texted. That's what it is, all right?
That's because I'm collaborating a list of everything that I want to say that's going on in and around the community. Plus, I'm also reaching out to people. So while you hear us doing stuff, I'm mass posting Black Toledo, talking about the Love Jones Redux, talking about the Market on the Green, the event that's about to go down there with Sons of Toledo. Also, there's a whole bunch. Always when I'm quiet, it's like a whole universe going on.
Hey, listen,
but it's good to be quiet.
Hey, listen, we're gonna I got a short spot we're going to do for Wauseon Wellness and Recovery and Support Center.
I gave out a few of those bags this weekend at the Stop the Violence motorcycle ride.
All right, awesome. So hang tight. We'll be back. This is the CSRN Weekly Podcast in Review. We'll be right back.
Did you know addiction is a disease, not a moral dilemma? The opioid epidemic and substance use have a major impact on communities of color and many people's lives. Wauseon Wellness Recovery Support Center offers culturally relevant inpatient and outpatient behavioral health treatment and recovery support services to any Ohioan struggling with addiction, mental health, or finding sober, safe housing. We must recognize that treatment is available and accessible to all. If you are in need of treatment or want to find out more information, you can call 1-888-728-2713 to talk to someone or schedule an appointment.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN Weekend Review. I've got Jody Summers, who is the treasurer of CSRN, and I want to thank Alexia Sims, who's organizing Black Lido this Saturday, 12 to 8, I think at the Vibe in the parking lot right there on Reynolds. If you're old like me, it's the old Ryans. Okay. All right. For everybody else,
Or
it's
Spotlight.
or the Spotlight. Okay. I didn't want to say that.
Fire Mountain.
Or Fire Mountain. Okay. But if you're old like me, it's the old Ryans. All right. If you're young like Jody, it's where the Spotlight used to be. All right. Hey, listen, we're back. We're going to tie up some loose ends, and we've got a lot to unpack about the things that are going on in the community. And I'm going to kind of just pass it over, Jody. Hey, what's happening? What are some of the things that's going on in the community that we need to be aware of?
So I'm going to start off by jumping back 2 weeks, because last week, of course, we weren't here. Me and Brother Washington were doing our civil duty for the special election that happened. So, we don't just say this stuff and have a podcast just to be wasting air. We are actually involved in our community to the point where, there's some days you won't see us because we'll be the person you're coming to the table at. But 2 weeks ago, we had Hoodstock and also the Food Truck Festival, because I believe I see Toledo as one entity. I don't see it as one side of town or another side of town, but I also know you can't have one big event because not everybody can get to one big event, or you're going to have people doing too many things that are similar and you're going to scare off your potential vendors. Side note, and a slip of the mind, where I was talking about a skit with a comedian friend of mine, and it's like going into the pop-up shop, the Thriller movie.
Yeah.
And then you got $5 and you there to support your friend, and you open the door and you look down the line and all the vendors just turn around and start doing that.
Yes, sir.
You're getting the ball, they spray you with cologne. Never mind. But anyway, it'll come to fruition maybe in a couple years or so. But they had the Food Truck Festival at the Uptown Green. Simultaneously, there was a couple of other events, but I know I was at Hoodstock. Shout out to Devin Fagan, or Burger, if you know him as that. Shout out to all of our sponsors and everybody. We gave away over 1,000 book bags, or maybe under,
Wow,
give or
that's
take
a lot.
whatever. But
Yes, sir.
for me, being at the event, this is my third or fourth year as a board member. And the last time we did it, we got to do it again. We didn't do it last year. Was it last year? Because of
COVID
and stuff.
I don't think a lot of us
but we did it the year
last year.
before that. So I know we did it in 2019 and 2020. But I'm not there for the numbers. I'm there to see the smiles on the kids' faces. I love being a vendor. I love being a business owner, and the opportunity to create something that people vacuum seal like comic books or put in their China shelf and they don't touch, and be like, yeah, I got your book, but I never read it because it's sealed. And I'm like, dang, I want you to read it.
Right.
But I also love what I can do for the community. So my book bags personally came with artwork from me and some other stuff like that. And then there was a miscommunication or something between food trucks. You know what we did? We're at the park. We barbecued.
Oh, wow.
Made sure that the kids had food, made sure that there was entertainment, that there was all kinds of vendors, and they all got some type of spotlight. That was Hoodstock. Then the following week, there's been all kinds of stuff. They, what is it? They've been having summer camp. If you know Sonia Organics or Urban Holistics, they've been doing their camp over there. And this week, which is jumping week,
was that at City Park?
That's the City Park. Basically, somebody in our city decided there need to be a farm in the hood. And I believe they've had goats out there and all kinds of stuff. Tomorrow, actually, they're going to be showing with, shout out to Premier Screening. That's going to look so weird on the captions. But shout out to Premier Screening, who also just filmed and premiered another movie I'm in, The Hollow Poems, 2 days ago. I do a lot again.
Is that CC?
That's CC or Shawan Odway.
Okay, I know it's CC.
Or Savannah's Kitchen. Whole bunch of us here in Toledo. If you're not from Toledo and you see like us mentioning like this person owns 17 different businesses, we're all Jamaican. It happens. But
Yeah,
no,
it is.
seriously, being a business owner isn't just one aspect. It's a whole bunch of things. But I know they'll be there showing some movies. So shout out to Tracy and Moan and Press Fletcher that do the premiere screening. They've been doing stuff all over the city with the parks and the metro parks and stuff, showing the free films for the kids. So that's amazing. I'm looking at my table right now. I see my friend Gutter Dave. He's been getting all kinds of awards and honoraries from the work he does with the Arts Commission and the community. There's like all kinds of stuff. My head is filling up with things, but this weekend we had the African American Festival. I'm now going through my timeline and seeing videos from artists that were there, the people that they brought in. I never really, it's not that I don't care about the outside talent, but I care the fact that they put more local people on stage than the outside talent. So possibly their agents and stuff can see them. And we also feel at home because, hey, you the dude that lives down the block, but you was on stage. So maybe one day I'll get there. That is the point of it for me, at least. And we had with Rochelle, a friend of mine, me, Z, and a few other people, DJ Miss T, we had the motorcycle ride to stop gun violence.
And that was just this past Saturday, wasn't it?
That was just this past Saturday. And that was at the Frederick Douglass Center. The motorcycle ride started at Sleepy Hollow Park and ended at the Frederick Douglass Center, where we had healthcare professionals, we had vendors, food trucks, we had Marcy Captor speaking, mayor. Let us know he couldn't make it. So I saw Marcy. I've marched with her already a couple of times this year. Saw her at the attic, was like, hey, we need somebody there that the people will listen to, that they know, that they can talk to and actually get something done instead of.
And she showed up.
She opened our ceremony. We had Sean Mahone, which is my 4th time this summer hearing him speak at one of the events that I'm at. So I think I'm getting in good company.
Okay.
But shout out to everybody that came to that.
Yeah. Me and Sean. Okay.
I believe I even saw your face there too. Yeah. So that was going on Sunday. Well, of course, was the Hollow Poems movie. That was the first premiere, the first time I've got to see another movie that I'm in that I shot in 2019. So for people that always are like, oh yeah, you keep talking about the movies and stuff, some stuff takes years. That's the reality of it.
That's right.
So just because I say I'm on set today, you may not see it for 2, 3, maybe even 4 or 5 years later, but hey, I did it. Eventually you'll see it. And also shout out to everybody that's doing good work in the community. I see some more open mics going on. So shout out to the Vibe Lounge as well. They have an Unplugged series going on every Thursday. Every Thursday, open mic. So if you feel like you want to do some karaoke or open mic or hear some live acoustics, go out to the Vibe Lounge. Another loose end, I want to shout out to Lucille's Jazz Lounge. Unfortunately, tomorrow, I only got one or the other to make it to, but they're hosting their first open mic. So,
where's that at?
That is Toll House and what is the other place that is called? Because it used to be Toledo Spirits, but then it's now Toll House and it's on Summit.
Okay, all right.
But in Lucille's Jazz Club.
Okay.
So they're hosting their first open mic, and I believe it's Rhonda Sitwell. I might be saying the name wrong, but
she is.
Yep, she's hosting it. I saw Hunter Prey on there. I saw Kay Renee and a couple of other people. But again, after work, I only got 1 or 2 to make it to, so I'll be over at Tatum Park with Moan and
that's what's up,
Sonia. And then when they host their next open mic, hopefully I have the scheduling confidence to be able to make both of them. But I'm trying to think some other loose ends, really anybody that's doing stuff. Yep, there's the flyer for it. Love Jones Redux. And if you follow my page or our page, and again, thank you to everybody that commented, responded to our Black, I guess, entrepreneur building list. A lot of people do it. We've actually shared in the past years of people who started lists, and then it was like, well, why ain't I on there? It's not our list. So now we've taken the reins, and we are going to compile. And Julian, wherever you are in the world right now, love y'all for all the behind the scenes work and stuff that you're doing. So yeah, we will be producing that here in a little bit. So you'll actually have a directory for people to say, where are all the Black businesses? Well, here you go. If you're not on there, contact us. We'll put you on there.
All right. Hey, let's take a short break. I'm gonna we're gonna talk about Brothers United. We gotta
Awesome. One last thing. I know it was like loose ends, but I believe on the 11th we have something going on at UT. A Mr. Doctor somebody.
No, that's going to come up right after the break.
Oh, that's coming up. Okay.
It's not at UT.
Okay, so it's not at UT. I'm thinking at UT on the 9th.
Oh,
but never mind.
Oh, all right. Okay, that's what you wanted to say. Hey, listen, this is the CSRN Weekly Podcast Weekend Review. We'll be right back.
Pathway Incorporated Brothers United program believes that children are important. Every day we support and advocate for fathers because when children have involved fathers, the whole community thrives. The fathers that come into the Brothers United program are mostly young fathers who are primarily gang members or drug dealers or those involved in lots of trauma from the time when they were youth until now. This program has fatherhood classes which teach you about your role as a father, the importance of being a father, healthy relationships, how to co-parent and work better together with your co-parent, and then economic stability, how to get a job, how to keep a job. It is so important for fathers to learn to take care of their children holistically, not just emotionally, not just physically, but financially as well, because children need a holistic approach.
I really just needed help with really being a better father and looking for a job to be able to support my kids.
Some of the problems I was facing when I joined Brothers United was communication with my children. Had some time apart from each other for a while, so they gave me the tools to really get back in communication with them.
Fathers will come into our program with their heads down. 2 weeks later, their heads are up. 3 weeks later, they're laughing and talking. 4 weeks later, they're building a bond. And by the time we get to 8 weeks, they're saying, hey, we want to stay here. What can we do to stay connected?
It gave me a better perspective on how to look at things from other people's point of view. You know, sometimes us as men, we get caught up in being prideful and arrogant, thinking we don't need the help. We do. And we just have to put our pride, selfishness, and arrogance to the side. And when the help is there, take it.
Hope plays the most important role in everything that we do because we have to have hope. We have to remember that fathers are important, and we have to not only say it, but we have to live it, we have to breathe it, we have to do it, we have to convey it to everyone.
Let's get a BU Nation on 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3, BU Nation!
The dads give us hope. The dads supply for us on the days when it gets hard. On the days when we've seen more violence than we ever want to see. On the days when we've lost some dads to jail or to murder, they give us hope. And so the hope that lives can change if you invest in them, if you believe in them, then lives can change.
Brothers United changed my life, I would say, because of where I come from, what I've been through. I learned to understand it is help out there. Don't be scared to ask for it. If you don't reach, you can't grab. That's it.
They made me more employable, more desirable by employers, which in turn helped me provide for my family and provide for my children and my grandchild. So it makes me a better man, a better father, and a better example.
It showed me like how to be better to my kids, so I went and got custody of my son. My son been with me for a couple months now. So this showed me how to be a better parent all around, just a better man, period.
Initially, I didn't know that it could change men's lives. I didn't know that fathers could change. But it's amazing to me when fathers come back a year later, 2 years later, and tell us thank you. Or they'll make a Facebook post and say, look at what I'm doing now. It's amazing to me about the level of work that we've been able to do and the lives that we've changed in just a short period of time. And the fathers who come back and say, thank you, I needed you, and you were there.
Shout out to Brothers United, man.
We are back. We're back. This is the CSRN weekly podcast, weekend review, where we've come to you today talking about some of the things we did last week. We had a lot of things going on. The things we got this week, number one, we've got Black Lido. We've got Dr. Umar coming to town. I'm going to put that poster up in a minute. And also something that happened last week. I'm going to try to share the screen. Let's see if I can do this without messing it up, Jody. Oh, yeah. I think I got it. All right. Last week we had our Facebook takeover, and every Black August, we have someone in the community to take over our page, and introduce them to the community and what they do. Our first Sunday, we had Sister Yvette Muhammad from the Nation of Islam on, and what this is her right here. Awesome. All right. Awesome, Sister Yvette. So thank you for kicking off Black August, talking about the sisters of the MGT of the Nation of Islam. You might see us brothers on the corner with the final calls, the bean pies and things like that. But the sisters put a lot of the work in. She showed a lot about the MGT and GCC, the Muslim Girls in Training and General Civilization class. Earlier, we were passing out these books to the community, how to keep house and keep things clean, sanitized, and disinfected. We published maybe thousands of these books and gave them out at no cost to the community. Well, I think we did that at a couple of our
we
events.
had some of those at Juneteenth, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sister Yvette did an excellent job talking about all of the things that the sisters in the Nation of Islam do. You might hear about the brothers often, but the sisters put the work in. And I'm just scrolling through the page of the things that Sister Yvette posted. So if you wanted to know about the sisters in the Nation of Islam, she posted everything that you would like to know about the sisters and how they get down in the Nation of Islam. So Sister Yvette was, also she posted about Eden Garden, because we strive to grow as much of our own food as we can. Growing your own food is like printing your own money. All right. And shout out to all of the urban farmers. Yep. All right. Shout out to all of them, from our brother Thomas Jackson, Sonia, Grace Community Centers, Garden. I rode by there earlier and I said to myself, I'm going to shout them out because they got something good going on there.
Even if you're a local farmer and go down to the farmer's market with a couple tomato plants, you are still providing for the community. Right.
So big ups for Sister Yvette Muhammad taking over our page. Next week for the Black August takeover of the CSRN page, we got our brother Cecil Holston III. He is a therapist. He is dynamic counselor and clinician that can fix almost anybody, all right, that want to be fixed. So we're going to have our brother on next week to take over our page and make it happen. This is awesome. And lastly, Jody, I wanted to put up Dr. Umar. Let's find that poster right there. Our sister Shannon Riven and her husband are inviting Dr. Umar here to talk about the plot against our Black boys. And this is going to be at Greater New Psalmist Church. This is that's 3251 Glendale, just down the street from J. Mays. So hopefully before you go see Dr. Umar, get something to eat at J. Mays. I don't know if they're open after the event. So go get you something to eat there. But that's 3251 Glendale, Greater New Psalmist Church, 6 p.m. If you're wondering about the cost, it's no cost. All right. If you want to know how much it costs, there's no cost. If you want to know that it's free, well, yeah, it's free, but it's going to cost somebody to bring Dr. Umar here. So we want everybody to show up for that. That's a good look for my sister Sharon, her husband, and her family, and her whole family for making that happen. I think that's
just about it. Well, I got one more.
Yeah.
Because I promised my friend I saw him at the. I just lost it again. But I saw him at the premiere of the Hollow Poems movie this weekend or Sunday. And I told him that his next class, I would have a busload of kids pull up. So I pushed it pretty well on my groups and stuff. So hopefully it is Saturday, noon to 2. Imani Latif, who is one of our Black comic book creators, is teamed up with, I'm trying to scroll down to the page. Just give me a second so I can get you all the juicy details. But yeah, I saw him there, and also the movie was well. Everything was fine. I got to see a lot more people, and it's very interesting. I know I'm going to see Sons of Toledo. I believe it's going to be at the Uptown Green. It's either Friday or Saturday premiere screen, and to be back out there for that. But it is not popping up. But so if you come to Mott Branch, where is one of our studios right now, noon to 12, noon to 2. And if your kids are interested in art, how to draw, how to do something like that, stop up here and tell them that you want to meet Imani and you want to see what course they got. There is registration. I talked to them. This is in conjunction with the Art Tatum Zone, the Toledo Museum of Art, and the Lucas County Public Library. Again, and it's with Megan Yashu Davis.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's about all of my loose ends. I believe, but I can't find the post on it, the Bay, which is downtown, which is a Black-owned business. A friend of mine I used to shoot commercials and stuff with back in the day. He's been hosting different events. I'm going to try and get over there and maybe host an open mic, kind of hush-hush spoiler stuff. But
okay, all right.
If not, from what I've seen online, I am not a going out person. I just don't have time for it. I'm busy creating life and generational wealth and doing all this stuff. But if you do see me at a venue, I'm either performing, supporting an artist that I've known, or just trying to support somebody I don't know so they can see somebody in the audience, or I'm there with a business meeting. I am never at any nightclubs for fun. I used to work in them. It's kind of like working at fast food and then going to the fast food. Can't do it.
Yeah, eating where you work.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Entertainment
I get
for me
it.
is a little different. When I'm doing vacations, I've again Chicago, New York coming up. I'm trying to possibly get to the Bahamas before the end of the year, but it is not a vacation for me. It is fun and business. I'm letting people know that this, whoever I am, or you see me in that moment, is a product of Toledo. And I am also speaking not only as myself, but even an ambassador for us. So when you see some of those viral videos, you'll think art instead of whatever other people think of us.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen, while you get ready for the 5 minutes of heat, I need to shout out a couple of things. First, if you want to support us, you'll find us on Instagram. You'll find us on Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and Twitter. You can support us via Cash App. That's hashtag CSRN 419. You can support what we do via PayPal. That's CSRN 419. We're going to thank you in advance for your support. That allows us to do what we do it free and unbossed and unbought. So we thank you for that. Next thing I want to share with you is the Educated Activist Saturday program. I think the first program is going to be August 20th. This is going to be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So come out, join the Educated Activist program. That's going to be the 20th, Saturday, August 20th, Frederick Douglass. Shout out to our brother Reggie Williams and the whole staff at the Doug that's making it happen. And lastly, Black Men Unfiltered is going to be shown, or the miniseries premiere will be shown right here where we are right now at Mott Branch Library, August 27th. That's a Saturday, and that time is 2 p.m. So come on out, join us, join CSRN. Ruth, who directed this this awesome documentary about Black men and masculinity, and how do we see ourselves in our relationship with our fathers and others. It was dynamite. Had a little piece in that.
Yeah,
I think
it was fun to be in. I
Right.
produced a couple scenes and stuff like that. I got my producer credit on that one. So.
Okay, I didn't get a credit. All right. I'm gonna have to holler at Ruth about that. But anyway,
But I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I want to see this. And here's the thing: when I say this, it's nothing against the other films I'm in, but I'm hoping that this will get to the level that I'm seeing Sons of Toledo at, to where this film is also elevated, because it is not. We didn't just make documentaries to be like, oh, we made a movie. We made them for future generations to look back and heal, or to know, or to gain some type of knowledge about themselves.
all right. I thought that was 5 minutes of heat. That was all right. That was
Some
all
5 minutes of heat.
all right. Hey, listen, as we close out with 5 minutes of heat, what do you have for us, and what inspired you to write this piece?
Well, over the past year, I've dealt with quite a few things, and I am at the cusp of actually 1 month away from doing the early book releases of releasing a 2-book project. One of them being the self-care checklist, which is kind of like a 30-day checklist that you can go back and question mark stuff, and not necessarily simple book, but more like a calendar book. Every day there's going to be something that changes within that kind of structured list, and it'll be your job to find it or to not find it and come back to it later.
Okay.
And then the second one is the childhood trauma series, which is the bulk, or the second chapter is these 30 poems that I've been writing over the course of the past couple of years. And that is just one of the chapters in the book, but it's probably going to contain about 3 or 4 chapters, some past work, some whole chapter dedicated to nothing but artwork. In my last couple of books, I did it where they're kind of in the background. You see them smaller. This one, when you get to that chapter, is just going to be artwork. And then it'll be your job to match that artwork to the poem it goes to. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm like, okay, all right,
so-
okay, all right. I could still do
some
that.
interesting stuff. So I start working on that, doing the final edits, and hopefully we'll have a early like registration fee, or if you want to get the book around the 1st of next month or the 7th, and then the 15th should be the actual release date. I've noticed about myself, I don't do book signings, because every day for me is a book signing. So when you see me out, when you see the big blue tent, or me at a community event with my table, that is a legitimate book signing. I just don't announce it no more, because it's been 7 years. I mean, I wrote 5 myself, and this year alone, I entered 5. So I'm almost at my mark of 12 books, which is so very weird. But,
all right.
Today's piece that I'll be reading is called You're Only Human. But before that, for all the entrepreneurs, the business owners, the people that popped up like crazy this year, and it's about to be fall, and you're like, where's my support? Or just thinking that people don't see you. I have this saying that is one of the title chapters for not Tears of the Wounded, because that's another book I got to finish March, for childhood traumas. Stop getting mad at people for not being able to support your dreams. They have their own reality to live, and just might be working as hard as you on trying to turn their dreams into something they can be proud of. So that'll be one of the chapter covers, or intros, or quotes, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And this is one of those poems. So let's begin. Peace. Only human. You are powerful. You are important. You matter. You are unique. You are intelligent. You make the decisions. You are inspiring. You deserve to be loved. You deserve friendship. You deserve honesty. You are handsome or beautiful. You are creative. You are a mystery. You are the best story ever told or written. You deserve trust. You deserve loyalty. You deserve safety. You deserve prosperity. You deserve growth. You deserve communication. You deserve time. You deserve physical, mental, and emotional health. You deserve happiness. You are magical. You are special. You are the most beautiful piece of artwork ever created. You deserve peace. You are music that the world has never heard. You are to be cherished. You are strong. You are kind. If the people around you do not see this or attempt to help you find it within yourself, it's okay to let them go. In peace.
All right, and we snap our fingers. All right, we don't clap our hands. Thank you, brother. Hey, we're going to go ahead and shut it on down with our solidarity pledge. I'm going to say I, you say I. All right. Tell me when you're ready.
Yep.
All right. Say I.
I.
Your name.
Jody.
Pledge to strive.
Pledge to strive.
To love my brothers and my sisters.
To love my brothers and my sisters.
As I love myself.
As I love myself.
I.
Your
name.
Jay Summers.
Pledge to strive.
Pledge to strive.
To improve myself.
To improve myself.
Spiritually.
Spiritually.
Mentally.
Mentally.
Morally.
Morally.
And physically.
And physically.
For the benefit of myself.
For the benefit of myself.
My family.
My family.
And my people.
And my people.
I. Your name.
Child of the system.
Pledge to strive.
Pledge to strive.
To be a part of the solution.
To be a part of the solution.
The process.
The process.
And not the problem.
And not the problem.
I. Your name.
Spoken truth.
Pledge to strive.
Pledge to strive.
To give all that I could spare.
To give all that I can spare.
Of my time.
Of my time.
My strength.
My strength.
And energy.
And energy.
To achieve.
To achieve.
The above said.
The above said.
Great job, brother. This has been an awesome podcast today. It was awesome seeing you. Yeah. All right.
I'll be back in a month.
All right. It's been a minute. All right. This was really good to vibe both of us together. I look forward to having Brother Cecil Holstons III taking over our page. After that, we've got a couple other people that's going to take over our page. And as always, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter. And Black lives can't matter until all Black